Hello, hello everyone. It's Friday again. It is, and it's time for another review on UK Sim Reviews. I know we've got a few more new subscribers this week, which is great. I hope you found the past videos useful and informative, and I hope the format is of kind of the thing that you're looking for. Comments are always welcome in the video description. So yeah, what are we looking at this week? Well, if you remember last week, we looked at the Edinburgh to Glasgow route, and I thought rather than keep flitting here, there, and everywhere, it would be nice to have a sort of a comparison and a back-to-back with some of the other routes out of Edinburgh. So we're looking at the East Coast Mainline, well, the Scottish East Coast Mainline add-on by Just Trains. I know those people out there in the know will be screaming down the microphone now. Say that again, screaming at the screen, saying it was made by a guy called Mullysoft. Yes, Mullysoft, I think, created it, and Just Trains are the distributor, and obviously had some work in there. There's that grey area, but you can go on justtrains.net and purchase it. It's there. Speaking of purchasing, it's $19.99, so I'll get the price out of the way now. What does it cover? Is it any good? What do I think about it? Etc. etc. This is, as it says, the Scottish East Coast Mainline. Starts at Edinburgh Waverley, or finishes at Edinburgh Waverley, whichever way you want to look at it. And goes all the way up to Dundee. Now that's quite an interesting route, actually. You can see on the screen straight away. It includes the Forth rail bridge. In fact, I'll tell a lie. It includes the Forth bridge. Scottish people are going to be shouting at me and telling me off. Obviously, it's the Forth road bridge and the Forth bridge. It's the bridge. Yes, it includes the Forth bridge. In addition to that, further up the line, it includes the Tay Bridge, and actually you can see the remains of the old Tay Bridge that fell down in whenever it was, 18 something, whatever. There was a steam train going over. Go away and have a Google, and it was a bad storm, and the bridge came crashing down. I think there's a Robbie Burns poem or story, whatever you class it as, about that fateful night. So yeah, it goes over the Tay Bridge to Dundee. The other interesting part is it's not just that bit. There is, do I want to call it a branch line? Let's call it a branch line that goes between Dundee and Perth, which is that sort of top bit of the Scottish route. You've got lots and lots of there's 23 stations in there. Ladybank, North Queens Ferry, Dundee, obviously Haymarket, etc. etc. If you know the route, they're on there. There's obviously other things in there. I'm doing a flyover because there's free roam. Awesome. You'll see there's kind of like a container terminal. Oh, that's good timing. Here you go. On the right hand side, there's a container yard. If memory serves me right, there's sort of not an oil refinery, but an oil type depot on the route. There's a few sort of like stub branch lines off here, there and there. So there's plenty of scope for both passenger and freight working, which I like that. I like the variety. I don't like just being stuck. As you know by now, in kind of one genre, I think it can be very, very boring sometimes. Obviously, this covers a variety of services. I say obviously, you might not know. It covers a variety of services. So you've got actually kind of stopping passenger services. You've got kind of like an express service. So there is a main service that goes all the way from Dundee to Penzance. I believe it's the longest journey operated in the UK. Comments in the bottom if I'm wrong. So you could actually have the some of the Bristol to Exeter route, or the Western Main Line route, and you can obviously complete part of that journey as well. Obviously, we haven't got the bit from around Birmingham New Street where it goes through, but you know, I'm sure everybody will get there between all the different creators of content. So yeah, you've got obviously kind of express-ish style services. You've got stopping services. You've got freight stuff that you can use on that. So it's a an interesting lot of route. I think the other thing about it is it's not all one speed limit. You know, there's some tight bits with lower speed limits. There's some sort of 900 mile an hour section bits. So there's something in here for everybody, and it is challenging as well, which I really like. You know, it keeps you on your toes. It's not just, you know, if you've got a cruise control button on some of the locals that you can play, or kind of just set it as a certain thing and just leave it and go and twiddle your thumbs for an hour. It's, you know, you've got to be on your toes and you've got to be watching it. I think the other nice things about it is scenery. You know, if you go away, rewind this video to the start of the video, pay attention to the centre of Edinburgh, and then go and watch the Edinburgh to Glasgow route that I did last week. And Edinburgh Glasgow just had these sort of fake walls with detail on, let's call it that, and nothing else. And then you looked over it and it's just nothing scenery. They've gone to the extent of, I mean, you can see it disappears off, and there's trees and shrubs and there's buildings modelled, and yeah, they've done quite a good job. It's weird. I think the usual gripe I have with Just Trains add-ons, and this is Western Main Lines and every other Just Trains add-on, the colour palette is a bit weird. Well, I don't know. I won't say weird. It's not as clearly defined as a Dovetail Games or a C1. It just looks something slightly different about it. I don't know what it is. Can't put my finger on it. But I don't know. Minor gripe, but nothing else. You get 12 standard scenarios, 4 free roam scenarios, the variety of scenarios. One of them you have to have the Voyager pack by Just Trains to make it work. There is Class 37 in there, there's HST, there's DMU in there, so there's a bit of something for everybody. I'm not overly keen on the standard scenarios. I've got the Armstrong Powerhouse add-on packs for this, because the standard scenarios are a bit meh. You know, again, Just Trains scenarios, while sometimes they make them sort of the traffic busy and it feels like a line, the stuff that's parked on the side tends to be lacking, and I find that with this. But you know, everything else, you know, the animated cars, the ships, the aircraft. You've got like Edinburgh Castle in there. You've got Murrayfield Stadium. You've got like obviously the Forth Bridge. I bet that took hours to model. And the Tay Bridge and all that kind of stuff. So there's a hell of a lot in here. You know, it's quite an old add-on. It came out in 2013. I had it pretty much when it came out, I think. There's 5 service packs for it now, so it's been out a while. You know, it's a long route. You know, 120 miles, or you know, yeah, there's a lot in it for you. And I think, you know, $19.99. It's yeah, yes, you don't get any rolling stock with it other than the kind of obviously European asset pack that's included with Train Simulator, and the default scenarios are a bit meh. But you know, compared with other routes, you know, we did what did we do about 2 weeks ago? Oh, I've forgotten. Glasgow Airport Rail Link. You know, that route is 24 quid, and it's, you know, value for money. Forget it. 19.99. This, you know, you're not going to be bored with it. So yeah, I think it's well worth the money. So on that sort of conclusion, I hope you found this review useful and informative. If you have, please like, please subscribe, and we will see you same time, same place next week for another UK Sim review. So take care, have a great weekend, bye bye.